He's standing for the European elections. We on Stand Up to Racism alongside UAM on the night that he announced that did call a campaign against him and to stop him from getting elected, and I think it's fantastic that we did that. And we've already had activity over the last week. Surprisingly enough, I've been stressing by the Monday that we hadn't done this and this, and it was like somebody ran me, it'd only been 3 days, but so much had already happened. And I think that's a great sign, but it does also just reflect the importance of this campaign. I mean, the idea that we could have in the Northwest, we could have Tommy Robinson as our elected representative. It's shocking, especially on the grounds that, you know, we've had Nicklism in the past, but I think this is even more important, bearing in mind the links that Tommy Robinson has with fascists across Europe and obviously in the US. I don't want to say too much. Today's very much about, this evening is very much about obviously a business meeting about what we can do, but I think it's important to just set the context. So I'm going to invite Trevor to speak on behalf of Julie Ward, who's the MEP, and she's also the president of Stand Up to Racism here in Greater Manchester. And I think, you know, he brings duties from God.
Sorry, can I just ask if anybody's got a problem with me videoing at all?
Can I just say, we are being
I'm Miles.
Miles is an independent journalist and obviously supporting of the campaign.
DJ and various other things locally.
Does anyone have a problem with that? Yeah, you're going to sit at the back or make sure you don't get it. That's fine.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks Naila. And it's great to see so many people in the room. As Naila said, I work for Julie Ward, who's the member of the European Parliament for the North West of England currently, but obviously she's back up and having to run the campaign like everyone else alongside the other 8 brilliant candidates that Labour have put forward. But I think I'm going to leave the Labour Party to one side there for a moment, because I don't think this is at all party political. Naila, myself and Julie met a few days ago in Carluccio's in Piccadilly train station, and we had a chat, and we all agreed that if we're going to do this and do it properly, we all need to put party rubbish, is how I'm going to describe it politely, very much to one side. Because whilst some of us may be hardcore Remainers, and I put my own hand up, some of us may be hardcore Leavers, but one thing that I think we all are is anti-racist, anti-fascist, anti-Tommy Robinson. And so whatever we do, we need to come together and work together cross-party. So in that spirit, we did send from Julie's office a letter to all the candidates running and all the parties except for, and you'll forgive us for not doing so, UKIP and Tommy Robinson, to invite them to work with us, and we hope to get a response on that. They're obviously very busy, but I think this is an important part of the campaign side of things that we should be campaigning on when we go into the European election campaign period. I wanted to just say that Julie's not here because she's in London right now with an activist called Sarah Doğan, who is a Turkish artist who was imprisoned for her contributions and artworks around the elections. And she was imprisoned for over 2.5 years for her activities. And she has just been released. And Julie was working in the European Parliament to bring that about. And so that's why Julie's not here. It's not because she doesn't think it's important, it's because she's actually finishing off some of the same work that we're starting here. And I tell you that because that was a journalist. Tommy Robinson also dislikes journalists greatly. So I just wanted to make the link there that it isn't just Islamophobia, it isn't just homophobia. He doesn't like freedom of expression of any kind. So, you know, we really need to be working at all levels. There's an intersectionality, excuse me, of the issues that come up here. The other candidates from Labour are also licking their wounds a bit today because of the obvious local elections, which I think we should talk about actually as a barometer for what the electorate might be trying to communicate to us. So the first thing I suppose to say is I really don't condone violent action. But I do like milkshaking, I think it's quite fun. And I really, really loved that video on YouTube of the woman in Salford who just gave him hell. But did it so politely, so calmly, and what can he do? And I think she should be the example of how we run this campaign against Tommy Robinson. No nonsense, polite, respectful, and it really, really cauterises that kind of dangerous, aggressive, nasty behaviour that he and his crew, motley crew, exhibit. I don't need to talk about Greater Manchester because we're all part of it, so we know what Manchester's about, and we very much don't want him to be here. So I'm going to just move on and talk about the local elections that we just had, because I think these are quite interesting in what they communicate. You know, you've got Theresa May on the news almost immediately after saying that they demonstrate that the public just want us to get on with Brexit, and then you've got Labour on the news saying, well, actually it says that maybe we should be coming out for Remain. Each party is going to interpret it however and spin it whichever way they like. What it does say to me is that any kind of Brexit or a Labour Brexit doesn't really cut the mustard with people. I think this notion that sometimes Labour tries to put out that a jobs first Brexit is pie in the sky. I don't think, and Judy doesn't think, that, what does this say? Wrap up. A jobs first Brexit actually exists in any way. What I would just encourage here today, if I might, Naila, is I'm going to hang around for as long as possible, but I do have to leave. But what I'm going to do, if people don't mind, is just note some things down, sense what people are feeling about the elections, and what your ideas about how we might go about campaigning in the best possible way, all together in the spirit that I've just outlined. And I promise that I will feed it back directly to all of the candidates that I'm working with in the North West in the Labour Party, but also with the Greens and the others who are being very collegiate at the moment with us, to try and take it forward and support whatever Stand Up to Racism done. And the very, very last thing, if I may, is to just say in 2014, we knocked Nick Griffin out of this constituency. And it was Stand Up to Racism and UAF and others that did that. I don't think the Labour Party can take credit for that. I'm going to get in trouble for saying that. But I don't think they can take credit for that. It was campaigners on the ground that knocked that arsehole out of our constituency. We can do it again. We can do it again. So thank you, and I'm going to shut up and listen now. Thank you.